Okay. Everyone ready? Good evening, board members and residents. I'd like to call to order our regular board meeting for Monday, April 8th, 2024. And I'd ask that everyone present please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Witt, will you please take the roll call?
Yes, Mr. Batkin.
Here.
Mr. Brado.
Here.
Mr. Olgiati.
Here.
Mrs. Rose is asked to be excused. Mr. Tominello.
Here.
Mr. Witt here. Mr. Vitesse.
Here. Thank you. Next on our agenda is the approval of the consent agenda, with including the approval of the regular board meeting minutes of March 25th, 2024, approval of the bills in the amount of $1,260,528.28, and an appointment of 3 ordinance officers for Lake St. Clair Metro Park. Unless there are any changes, I'd be looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
All right, is there support?
Support.
Got a motion by Mr. Brado, a support by Mr. Olgiati. Any discussion? Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Board. Next is the approval of the regular agenda, board members. It was discussed that items D1 and D2 were added, as I understand it, just in case they were able to modify that in time so that it would be noticed, but that didn't happen, so we discussed removing items D1 and D2 and adding to item H1, the closed session, additionally a discussion regarding five-star outdoor media versus Harrison Township. So unless there are any additional changes, I'd be looking for a motion to approve the agenda with the 2 changes noted.
So moved.
All right, is there support?
Support.
Mr. Brado? Oh, Mr. Rankin? Okay. All right. We've got a motion by Mr. Tominello, a support by Mr. Badkins to approve the agenda with the 2 changes. Any discussion? Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next on the agenda is announcements. We do have a few announcements. Our Harrison Township Parks and Recreation Committee is hosting their annual family bowling event this weekend, April 13th, at Total Sports. You can find all the event details and sign up on the Township website under the Parks and Recreation page. The Great Puzzle Swap is back at the Harrison Township Library. You can drop off your gently used puzzles at the library in exchange for tickets from Monday, April 8th, today, until next Tuesday, April 16th. They ask that you bring puzzles with all of the pieces present and the number of pieces in the puzzle indicated on the box. On Saturday, April 20th, from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m., you can return with your tickets and exchange those tickets for different puzzles. You can enjoy the magic of a new puzzle with friends and family. Leftover puzzles will be sold the following week for $2 a piece from April 22nd to April 26th. The Harrison Township Beautification Commission is hosting their annual community litter cleanup on Saturday, April 20th from 9 a.m. to noon. Please visit the Township website for more information and as well as to sign up. And also a reminder, we are now in the month of April, so yard waste collection and chipping services have restarted again for the season. Yard waste will be collected every week with your regular trash pickup. Chipping services are always the first full week of the month, so our next chipping service will be the week of May 6th. For a full explanation, you can visit the Township website by selecting Residents, then Waste Hauler Information. Visit our website, www.harrisontownshipmi.gov, or follow us on Twitter, X at HarrisonTWPMI. Are there any other announcements?
Yeah, just wanted to remind residents that we do have a special election coming up a little more than 4 weeks away on May 7th. Absentee ballots are out in the mail. We have early voting coming up starting April 27th through May 5th. That's here in the boardroom from 8 until 4 every day, including Saturdays and Sundays. And then of course, we have Election Day on the 7th. Your poll will be open from 7 a.m. until 8 o'clock p.m.
Okay. Any other announcements? Hearing none, I'd like to invite our County Commissioner, Mrs. Barb Zinner, up to the podium to give us an update on county matters.
Supervisor, we're starting our 2-week cycle. Usually we go in 2-week cycles, depending on how the days work out. It's going to be, the meeting's going to be pretty busy. Next couple days, the next couple weeks. Usually they're regular meetings, and sometimes they're high spots and busy for anyone who wants to come and see them. I just wanted to mention, in the years that I've been a commissioner, I see all these reports, of course, as you see reports. But at first it was shocking to me to see all the numbers, and every year, and projection numbers. And anymore, everything just is getting to be larger and more and more. And especially with the money structure that we have in the country now, everything just is off kilter. Everything's upside down. And people many people are having a very hard time sustaining their homes and their families. There are a lot of people who are coming to food shelters, and we all know this, but I'm just saying, if this continues with the projections that I'm seeing, I don't see us sustainability free people, honestly. And I'm not the only one that's saying that, we know that, but it is of concern that we need to reel money in and redo something here at many levels, if not all levels, simply because where is that going to be for many people? I've seen a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of seminars where what I'm hearing is certainly not going to be good in the future. So I know things need to be done at all levels, and I don't know, I think of us as just regular, I would say in the country, but we're kind of on the water. But coming from a country background, but I just worry for the people. And there are a lot of people there. They're complaining, and they're in over their heads now, and it's not going to get better until something major shifts and changes in our society. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Next on our agenda is item E1 from our treasurer's office regarding collection of taxes.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Board, I'm coming to you again this year asking your approval to collect the 2024 summer property taxes on behalf of L'Anse Creuse Public Schools, the MISD, and Macomb Community College. If you remember last year, I increased the collection fee to $4 per parcel. In addition, what we did last year is we set up a specific targeted interest-bearing tax account for the schools as well. So all the interest from that account over the year, less all the fees, will be going back to the schools as well. The $4 per parcel will also net us around $48,000. I'd be looking for a motion to approve the collection of the 2024 summer property tax levy on behalf of L'Anse Creuse, MISD, and MCC.
I'll make that motion.
All right, you got a motion by Mr. Brado. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Mr. Olgiati. So $4, flat $4 per parcel, per the arrangement I think we had agreed to about a year ago. So any discussion on the motion? Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Next on the agenda, item E2, also from the treasurer.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This request is to approve the 2024 summer and winter property tax bill, printing and postage. Going off of last year's bills, I'm asking for a cost not to exceed $10,500. That would include printing and postage.
So I just noticed, it looked like maybe there was a 10.5 and a.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
12 is what I was going to ask for when I went back and looked at the bills from last year. Again, I'm estimating the bills, so I figure if I can come into 10.5, if we go over, I'll come back. And, but 10.5 is what I'd be asking for tonight.
All right. Discussion, or is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
All right. Is there support?
Support.
Got a motion by Mr. Badkins with support by Mr. Brado to approve the 2024 summer property tax and winter property tax bill printing and postage through Kent Communication at a cost not to exceed $10,500. Discussion. Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Board. Next on our agenda, item F1 from the clerk's office.
Yes, the township has received a request from Windjammer HTP LLC to transfer ownership of the 2022 Class C and SDM license with Sunday sales permit and dance permit from Edward Delecta II, and new Sunday sales permit for SDM mixed spirit drink located at 39693 Jefferson, Windjammer. All the paperwork and approvals relative to the liquor license process have been completed, and we're recommending approval of the transfer and adoption of the resolution recommending transfer to the Liquor Control Commission.
Discussion, board members, or is there a motion?
Was this sold again?
No, this is the final step of the process as they move
Okay.
through it.
I see. I'll make that motion.
All right. Is there support?
Support that motion.
Got a motion with support to recommend the approval. I understand a part of this is a resolution,
Correct, it's the resolution is attached there.
and everything appears to be in order. Any discussion? Hearing none and seeing no public comment, Mr. Witt, will you please take the roll call?
Mr. Brado?
Yes.
Mr. Olgiati?
Yes.
Mr. Backens?
Yes.
Mrs. Rose is excused. Mr. Tominello?
Yes.
Mr. Witt, yes. Mr. Verkowski?
Yes. Okay, thank you, Board. Next on our agenda is public comments. I will point out, as we typically do, if we have a closed session, that after the public comments, we will be going into closed session. Item H1 is a closed session to discuss Capobianco versus Harrison Township and Five Star Outdoor Media versus Harrison Township. But first, we will accept public comments. It can be about any subject that you wish, and we ask you to try to limit those to 5 minutes of length.
Good evening. I'm just here requesting an update on any plans that you might have for Lieutenant Colonel Odell's monument. I understand there's a possibility that there might be some improvements made to Waterfront Park. Is there any possibility that that park then could be named after him and have a very nice monument for him there? At the last meeting I attended at the first part of March, said that you were treating both the sculpture and his monument equally, parallel, you said. But we've had a position for the sculpture now for 3 months, and I don't know if anything's been done about the monument to Colonel Odell. I hope we can catch up on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
C. William Barnell, 27-year resident, clean cut, do-gooder boy next door. Fix up, clean up, people helping people, Blue Dog Democrat. I'd like to just remind everyone, please come on out, check out Save Lake St. Clair, Facebook, follow it, stay up to date on what's going on, and hopefully we can save our wonderful lake. And with that, everyone, have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no other public comment, we'll close the floor for public comment and move back to board comment. There was a question during public comment regarding efforts to honor Lieutenant Colonel Digger Odell. At this time, I don't have anything to report. We've had some discussions about various locations. We had talked about Waterfront Park before, and one of the concerns there is for the past, well, I don't know, at least 15 years or so, maybe more, the park's closed for at least half of the year, or roughly half of the year, based on the weather and the fact that the bathhouse is not winterized. We have heard discussions about other projects in the township. We've received a grant for a hike bike path. We've received grants that cover the majority of the cost of a pedestrian bridge. We've participated in, I believe just last board meeting, we approved some DDA funds to participate in some shoreline planning through the Macomb County Planning and Economic Development Department. And so I do believe that there are some things on the horizon that may present themselves, that might be an opportunity, but at this time, I don't have anything to report. Is there any other board comments? Hearing none, I'd be looking for a motion to enter into closed session to discuss Capobianco versus Harrison Township and five-star outdoor media versus Harrison Township.
So moved.
Is there support? Support. Got a motion by Mr. Badkins with support by Mr. Olgiati. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none and seeing no public comment, Mr. Witt, will you please take the roll call?
Mr. Batkins?
Yes.
Mr. Olgiati?
Yes.
Mr. Brado?
Yes.
Mrs. Rose is excused. Mr. Tominello?
Yes.
Mr. Witt? Yes. Mr. Verkust?
Yes. We'll take a brief recess and enter into closed.
Oh, that was really good.
Ready? Okay. Everyone ready? Board members, I'd like to entertain a motion to enter into open session.
So moved.
All right, is there support?
Support.
Motion by Mr. Badkins with support by Mr. Olgiati. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none and seeing no public comment, Mr. Witt, will you please take the roll call?
Mr. Batkins?
Yes.
Mr. Olgiati?
Yes.
Mr. Brado?
Yes.
Mrs. Rose is excused. Mr. Tominelli?
Yes.
Mr. Witt, yes. Mr. Verkust?
Yes. Board members, it was discussed that we might consider a motion to proceed as discussed in closed session.
So moved.
All right, is there support for that motion?
Support.
Got a motion by Mr. Tominello, support by Mr. Olgiati to proceed as discussed in closed session. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none and seeing no public comment, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there support? Support by Mr. Badkins. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, board.